What's up, planner peeps? It is Sarah from Imperfectly Planned, and today I am sharing my 2026 journal and planner stack. I've been seeing so many of these videos, and I am so excited to share mine too. This is my first year doing this, so please bear with me. First, I wanted to give a full list. Just so it's scrolling down. It'll also be in the description, so check down below for that. But I just want to give a full list of everything I'm planning to use. Now, I do want to preface this with I won't use everything every single day. Some things I might find that don't work for me. I have a plan in terms of reselling, donating, repurposing, anything that I don't use. So please, 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 listen, don't judge, and just know that I am trying to figure out what works best for me and for my family so that we can stay organized in 2026 and reach our goals. Speaking of all of that, repurposing and selling and whatnot, check the description down below for the link for my freebies. I created an imperfect planner audit, and that is a way for planners to take inventory of everything that they have, especially if you're a little trigger happy with ordering planners right away not without thinking, but like thinking something might work for you, but just missing a little detail that won't. I highly recommend using that. It just helps you take inventory, make a plan for what to do with your planner stack, repurpose, sell, a whole bunch of things. So make sure to check that out. You will need to give your email, and then it is free to download. Now, without further ado, here we go for the 2026 planner and journal stack for Imperfectly Planned. We've got first the catch-all / life planner will be the Anne by Laurel Denise. No change there. It's actually an academic, so I'll be using that until July, and I'll make an update in July if I do decide to switch that out. But I love the Anne by Laurel Denise. My work planner will be the Scout by Laurel Denise. My business planner will be the Nancy by Laurel Denise. And then I will also be kind of using Notion to keep my digital files organized for Imperfectly Planned. And I am using what's called the Creator Business Blueprint by KDigitalStudio. Highly recommend her for any digital products. They are awesome. I love her style. Everything's so thoroughly thought out. And maybe I'll show that in this video a little bit, just so you kind of see what it looks like. Or I'll link her video down below so that you can see what that looks like. We are building a house this year, and so I will be using The Rose by Laurel Denise to kind of manage all of the things that we need to decide for building a house. My daily journal will be the Peacefully Productive Journal by Sanely. My daily planner will be the Daily Planning Notepad by Sanely. Note-taking will be with weekly sticky notes by Laurel Denise, as well as the Grid Notebook. Digital planner, which I don't really plan on doing much digital planning this year, but I always say that, and then I switch it up after one quarter or mid-year or whatever, and I will be using the Cyberry digital planner by KDigitalStudio. And then for my annual goal setting, I will be using the Peacefully Productive Weekly Planner by Sanely, really just those first pages, and I'll show that here in a little bit. And then for my quarterly, monthly, weekly goal planning, I will be using the Companion Notebooks by Moxie Life. And for a food / health log, I'll be using the Happy Planner Classic. I was just introduced to Happy Planner, really, and I am obsessed, and I had to add it. We'll see how it works for me, but I think it's great. And then there are some contenders that are kind of floating around that I have, and those are Moxie Life items, like the Moxie Life Vertical Weekly Planner, their flagship planner, and then the Moxie Life Digital Planner, which I thought was really, really thorough as well. Again, I'm not crazy about digital planning at this moment, but that could change in the year, so I am not counting them out. And then the Christie by Laurel Denise, I have been considering for memory planning and just creative journaling and things like that. So, without further ado, I say let's hop into the breakdown of each of these. So, to start, I think most of you are familiar if you have watched my channel at any point in time, but here I have the Laurel Denise Anne, and nothing will be changing with this. So I will keep up using the Laurel Denise Anne. It is a vertical planner. If you haven't seen it before, Laurel Denise is quite unique in the planner world where you can see your month and your week at the same time. And then my week are the vertical showing of the week. And so that's what this looks like. Check out some of my other videos if you want to see how I use it. I do have some stuff already in there, like our call schedules and cleaners and things like that. But I will use that for the next 6 months or so before the mid-years come out. I'm assuming sometime in like April or May. So that is the catch-all / life planner. And then for my work planner, I actually haven't decided on the size, but I think I will be using the small Scout for work, which I think is perfect because I don't need crazy amounts. We're a digital company anyway, so most stuff is digital, but I love to write down deadlines and dates of when things need to happen, due dates, things like that. And I think that is great in this view because I can break it down by like what's on the month and then what is for each day within a week, which I think is just perfect. So my work planner, I'm a product manager. Again, there's another video on my channel also of how I set up actually the large Scout, but like I said, I will be switching to the small Scout, I believe, unless it doesn't work, and then I already have the academic large Scout that I will use instead. Next, also, if you've watched my channel, you have probably seen my small Nancy. This is what I use for imperfectly planned things, content planning, and whatnot. Again, Laurel Denise, very awesome. You see your month and your week at the same time. This one is the horizontal view. It's called the Nancy, where you can see these at the same time. And if you're looking for how I set that up, take a look at my past videos. So that is that one. Next, like I said, was the digital creator business blueprint in Notion. And I'll flash up a little thing and link her video down below. It is awesome, so thorough, and I am sure it will keep me organized for not even just 2026. It is like an ongoing thing, so that is great. For my home building, me and my husband will, I'm sure, religiously use this bad thing. But this is the Laurel Denise Rose. I have not used the Rose before, but I have many, many ideas. As you can see, I haven't set any of my 2026 planners up. I usually do that like the last week of the year. And I am off for basically 2 weeks at the end of the year. So I will be just doing that in my free time since I won't be working. So I've got plenty of time to get it set up. Super excited. We are ideally, fingers crossed for me, everyone, starting building in February. So we've got a lot of things to decide still. And we'll have I have so many ideas, and this will keep it all, I'm sure. So like I said, that's The Rose by Laurel Denise. And for my daily journal, my tried and true, it's the Peacefully Productive Journal. And if you aren't familiar, Hustle Sanely is a goal setting slash planning system. It's really awesome. It's called the Hustle Sanely Lifestyle, and there are basically 5 keys to hustling sanely. You get your mindset right, get clear on your vision, define your priorities, create your routines and schedule, and then implement the Hustle Sanely 5. And those Hustle Sanely 5 are: complete your focus 3, move for 30, tidy for 15 minutes, say or do one kind thing for yourself, say or do one kind thing for someone else. I do not always hustle sanely. However, I love this framework, and it is a great, like, if you ever need a reset and you're like, what is going on with my life? You just stick to these things, and I swear you feel amazing. But for me, it is not always practical. So when you can do it, it is amazing. But at the beginning, you have some reflect and prepare pages. Each month has like an affirmation, your goals, your intentions, and then something you're looking forward to. And then these are what the daily pages look like. It's a 2-page spread. You put your date and time up here. This is actually, yeah, this is an old one. I have so many of these because I know I will use it forever probably. But it's a little different in the newer version, but you can check out the website for that. But basically, gratitude, your sleep, something you're doing to support yourself, how you're feeling, reflecting on the day mentally and physically, what energized you and what drained you, and then your favorite part of about the day. And then this is just like free space for anything that's on your heart. Love this planner, or love this journal. We'll use it forever, I swear. So that's that one. And then continuing with the Hustle Sanely train will be the daily notepad. So none of my planners are daily planners. They're all weekly or monthly. And so sometimes I just feel like I need to know what is going on in that day and kind of do a breakdown. So that's where the daily notepad by Hustle Sanely comes in. My cat is playing with me back here, so sorry if you hear that. But this is what the daily pad looks like. You write the date, what day of the week it is, something you're grateful for, what you want to feel, and then, like I said, the 5 keys to hustling sanely basically are integrated into this, where you pick your focus 3, any other tasks that you want to get done, and then down here is kind of like a checklist where you complete your focus 3, move for 30, tidy for 15, kind thing for yourself, kind thing for someone else, a tiny space for notes and reminders, and then your schedule on this side. Again, I find this so useful when I just need a little more space to break down any given day. So that is for daily planning. And then for note taking, the weekly sticky notes, I don't have them on my desk right now, but I will flash it up on the screen just so you know what I'm talking about. And then also the grid notebook, which I also don't have, but I will flash that. Oh, yes, I do. Just the grid notebook. I have so many notes in here, but I'll flip to this page. The grid notebook, just for daily notes. Usually I write my work notes in here and whatnot. So note taking, digital planner. I will show you. It is called Cyberry by KDigitalStudio, and it is awesome. If you are looking for a digital planner, highly recommend. But basically, I just love the style of it. I don't know how well you can see it. Hopefully you can see it pretty well. But again, everything will be linked down below. It's very customizable. Like, you have 3 monthly calendars, and then for each day, there's actually several templates on the front. Like there's a daily template, or like what, 6 different daily templates, 6 different weekly templates. And you can integrate those into your planner however you want to, as well as note papers, note dividers. It's great. Very thorough. Highly recommend. Can't recommend it enough. And then for annual goal setting, I have the, like I said, Hustle Sanely weekly planner. That's what this looks like. I will really only be using the first few pages, and I might have already started. I can't remember. I don't think I did, but oh, I did. Well, my goals are there. There's just the first few pages, and maybe I will share my goals at a later time, so be ready for that. But these are great. And I realized she sold something new this year where it was basically this and a monthly planner, and I feel like I should have gotten that. But if I'm being honest, I was obsessed with this cover and I needed it. So I got it, and it's this green gingham. So cute. So that is for annual goal setting. And then for my quarterly, monthly, weekly, kind of that more integrated one, we've got the Moxie Life Companion notebooks. And that's where I will do my kind of quarterly, monthly, and then weekly actions. I'll follow that system. For goal planning here, if you aren't familiar with those, again, everything will be linked down below. But it comes in a pack of 4, one for each quarter. And basically, you have a monthly calendar. I probably won't use it because I've got it everywhere. And then your monthly goals, your reflections, your weekly actions. And then it's just weekly actions for a whole month, followed by monthly reflections. And then you have a new month, and it goes on. So that's what I'll be using for kind of those more granular goal setting and goal tracking. And lastly, my newest addition is the Happy Planner Classic. This is an Undated. It's from the Be Happy box. Peanuts version, which is so cute. And it's undated, like I said, so I'll probably use this as some form of health tracking and as a food diary. So go check out my most recent video as well for more on what all of the things in the Happy Planner Peanuts box looked like. Very cute, very awesome, super excited. I did get a different cover too, just because this one is so nice and it's so cute and I don't want to ruin it. So I did get a one from a dated planner actually, that I got at Walmart. So that I have another option too, as well as a different layout in case I find that it doesn't work. And the wonderful thing about Happy Planner is you can take it in and out. Super excited about that. And finally, like I said, these were kind of contenders. I will probably, if I'm being honest, sell this one and sell this one as long as somebody's okay. I added the tab dividers. Honestly, if someone's interested in either of these, let me know. But this is the Moxie Life Vertical. And it's very similar to the companion notebooks, just that it's dated and has more pages in it. But I love the cover, super pretty. And then this is the Laurel Denise Christie, which I might use for kind of memory planning, creative journaling kind of things. We shall see, but it feels like a lot to keep up with. So if I'm being honest, I will probably sell it. Let me know if you're interested. Just comment below. Okay, wow, that was fun. Thank you everyone for watching. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.